Odin!
Alright. That's great. Real vibe now. Right, just on his way to Leicester. We're going to film a LARP awareness event. I think when people think of LARP, this is what they think of men in costumes running around with foam swords and whatever. Hopefully we'll see some eccentric characters and be able to get an idea of what LARP is. So, here I was at Leicester at the LARP awareness event. I wanted to find out more about this flamboyant convention. I ran into Ian, who runs the event, and he told us about his LARP experience. What is LARP?
I hate that question as well. It's what is LARP? LARP stands for live action roleplay.
Yeah.
I've saved the world a lot. I've been out there, been heroic, and now I can't be bothered. I like sitting down. I like dicking about in the field, is what I like.
Yeah.
I don't take this very seriously, because it isn't. But the people here are lovely. It's a great environment to hang out in. Improve people's social skills. It's great. It's really nice. As long as you can get past the bit where you're dressing as a wizard, hitting somebody with a rubber stick. Over the years, I've known all sorts of people playing it, and some of the people that live roleplay maybe sometimes don't have the best social skills. Often it's people that went to school and were into books, and they weren't the jocks, and possibly a little bit bullied, and didn't have any friends at school. They got to college and university, and they found there are other people that are interested in this. Oh my God! And suddenly they've got this whole life blossoming. You know, that's one of the less exploited aspects of our hobby.
Ian spoke about boosting social skills. This was the opposite of what I'd originally thought. But as I was walking around, one thing that did stand out was the strong sense of community. I stumbled across Dom, an all-round nice guy, and he raises thousands each year through LARP. And why is it you do it? I mean, is it the people involved with LARP? Is it escaping from normal?
Well, I mean, let's say, there is that escapism. Some people play video games, some people read a book. We go and run around the woods, dressed up in costumes with wings and pointy ears, and hit each other with foam latex weaponry. Yeah. Well, so you may be like a shift leader at work. You go, you're the leader of a mighty empire kind of thing. Yeah. Everybody fears you, but people from all sorts do it for all sorts of different reasons.
I'd expected to meet a quiet bunch, but this talkative lot had me wanting to further my roleplay campaign. My next quest was Penrith. Right, we've just set off. It's going to Penrith in Cumbria. I've been speaking to this guy and he does like reenactment, and we're going to go film it and see what it's like. We were speaking to him and apparently it's quite theatrical. You get like the crowd involved and they use like real steel swords, so I really don't know what to expect. After my Leicester experience, I was excited to meet this group of living historians. I spoke to a young man who went by the name of Thorfinn Eberhard. How did you come about reenactment? How did you get into it?
Well, Stephen over there, I knew him way back when, and just as Facebook was coming about, he added me and got in touch, and he mentioned the Vikings to me and asked if I was interested, and I asked him a few questions about it. It seemed like a good laugh. I came along and I loved it, mate.
When you tell people, normally this is what you do reenactment with the Vikings, what do you get a usual reaction?
Well, that's a little bit strange, or Explains a little bit.
Explains a little bit.
Yeah. There's a running joke with my parents that they think it might knock a bit of sense into me, which is not going to happen. It's
Yeah.
too much fun.
Oliver,
Hello.
what name is it?
Cathbad.
And you're a blacksmith, is that right?
Aye. I'm normally covered in soot.
Do you do it from? Is it from home then, or is that how you make a living with the making like weapons for reenactment?
Making a living. I make mostly. I make a living by doing a combination of different things. Producing replicas, so things like silver, putting axes on shafts, making some weaponry, but more often things for cooking, because if I make things for cooking then people cook, which means I get to eat, and then going into schools as well and helping with the curriculum, doing education.
Wow, that's really good.
So I can turn up and show them how I would have extracted gold from them were I coming in war, but instead they give me silver to go away, having taught them all about how their ancestors defended themselves.
Cathbad the Small and his band of Vikings wanted to educate. This is something I was not expecting. After only spending a short amount of time with the Vikings, I must confess I did find myself wanting to learn more about it. To further my knowledge on this area of roleplay, I met with Hayden. We met him in Penrith. I wanted to speak to him one-on-one and learn more about the Vikings. And in regards to your kit and costume, where do you get that from? Is it handmade? As I know a lot of people we spoke to there make their own stuff and they...
Well, I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. I'm a leather worker, metal worker and woodworker. So the box I've made myself, the scabbard for the sword I made for myself, the knife I made myself and the scabbard for that. But certain things like the actual sword itself and the axe I bought. The helmet I bought but I modified by putting a better crossguard, nose piece on it. Because that's the main important bit if you're getting hit in the face by something.
And as far as like the training goes, is the training geared towards your safety or is it like historical accuracy?
We train a lot as groups, so things like the shield wall and formations and things like that. Are based as closely off documentation as we can. The society doesn't allow people to just go, alright, here's a weapon, go on the battlefield, have at it. We have a strict sort of rulings in where you can hit people. We shy away from headshots due to the fact of that will be very, very dangerous. So for us it's very much safety. We have to pass tests to use certain weapons, which is another reason why when you join the society you sign papers meaning that you can't essentially sue anyone, because it can be a dangerous hobby, but you sort of, it's your hobby. If you want to do it, you want to do it. So for that reason, if you mess up or if someone messes up, it's part of it, so it has to be accepted.
My time in the world of roleplay had come to an end. My initial expectations were to find a niche escapist hobby, a social refuge for like-minded souls. I'd seen the role players drawing passion, wielding friendship and fighting for an amicable pastime. These are Roleplay's Role Models.